Hi there, it's Johnny Miller from Point Blank Online Music School, back once more to show you some cool little tricks with Ableton Live 8 and sounds and samples and loops from clickproduce.com. Tonight I'm putting together a little DJ mix. I love dubstep, and I want to make a little DJ mix of all my favourite dubstep tracks. And the first one I've chosen is this one, Silky vs Scream. And this is on the Silky City Limits Volume 2 album on Deep Medi Music. Definitely one of my favourite dubstep tracks of the last couple of years, actually. And what I want to do in the mix is kind of add some extra little noises and extra little bits of music to this track to kind of make it my own. I love it so much, I want to add to it and make it my own somehow. And for that, I'm going to use this really cool Loopmasters pack, DJ Mixtools 16 Mix Effects. Now, a few months ago, a little while back, I made another video on the DJ Mixtools series using sweeps and rises over the transition of a DJ mix. And I'm going to do something fairly similar today, but instead of using the kind of standard builds and rises and sweeps that I've covered before, I'm going to use more musical samples. And if I go into the selection loops here, I've actually got a series of different stabs and hits that all have a musical root note. So for instance, this one is in the root note of E. So all these stabs in this loop all share the same root note of E. Now, I know that the Silky Scream track is in the root note of F. So all I need to do to get these samples to play in key with the Silky Scream track is make sure that instead of playing in E, they play in F. So that's one semitone. So I'm going to drag that over into session view alongside the Silky Scream track. Just go down to the transpose function, take it up by one semitone. So E is now F. And if I play those samples now, they're now playing in the root note of F. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work through this clip and just take all these different little stabs and chords and just add some warp markers in here and just move them up to the nearest 4 bars. And that way I know that I've got a little sample that plays every 4 bars. That is in the root note of F. Now I can put the Silky Scream track on, and actually I've set up a little loop here in this second clip that is from, it's the same tune, but I've just looped up a little selection of the track, which is kind of towards the end of the track. It's the final drop, and for me it's the kind of peak of the track. If I just play that, and this is just purely to show you how these samples will fit perfectly over the top. Now if I just bring that down in volume a bit, I'll start adding these stabs that I've thrown in and tuned with the transpose control to the key of F. So if I just drop these in now, I've got the Silky Scream a little bit quieter just so you can hear the difference. And you can hear they're perfectly locked in key with the Silky Scream track. So this is my little extra stamp that I'm putting on top of this tune. And as those two kind of play side by side together, it's just adding a little bit of extra musical presence in there. Let's put that over the intro. So here in the intro of the track, it's mainly drums and percussion. And that just fits perfectly. So any sample I've got in here that is E, any of the chord selections, for instance, how about this one? Or some of the, what else have we got here? Let's go to, come out of here and go to single shots. So any of these, I've got some of the chords here as well. These are in E. Let's put these, let's put that one in. Just again, one semitone up. So it's now F. Let's solo this so you can hear it. So that's going to work really nicely now with the track. Let's put it in a bit so you can hear the music. So I could take any of these E deep chords and change them to F very quickly. I mean, we could do the same thing for A, take it up and down a few semitones until it plays in the key of F. So any sample that you have, actually, I mean, I'm just using these DJ Mixtools, but any sample that you've got in your library, it might be a little stab or a pad or a little vocal sample. Have a look at what root note it is. Just use the transpose function to bring it in key with your favorite tracks and use them in your DJ mixes. And for this particular video, again, I've used the Loopmasters DJ Mixtools 16 mix effects samples, which just got loads of nice little things kind of ready to go. But of course, I could go through my whole sample collection and just pick out some extra sounds that I could work in into the mix. So now what I'm going to do is start adding some other tracks into this set, start warping the different tracks, making sure they're all mixed perfectly in terms of tempo. And then I've got my extra little track here of samples and sound effects that I can put in. Take a look at their root note, adjust them to whatever root note of the track I might be playing at any time in my mix, and start adding these extra samples in on top. Okay, you can learn loads of cool stuff like this at pointblankonline.net, and I'll be back next week again to show you some little tricks with Ableton Live 8 and sounds and samples from clickproduce.com. Peace.